right from family, and I didn't want to sit back and cry over it because of that. I decided to take rejection as my fuel, to take rejection as my stepping stone. Like even the Bible says that the rejected stone became a cornerstone. So that verse really encouraged me. And one of these fine days, I wasn't doing well in class, but uh, I had to look for something that will make me be somebody. Because if you're not doing well in class, but at the same time you are rejected from both sides, you feel like no one, you are like a shadow, you are not seen, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I told myself, like, I want to be known. How will I be known? I have to perform. Enda cheza na dad kwanza.
He's sleeping. He won't even move a muscle.
Okay.
Sorry for disturbing you, ma'am. You
Uh,
can continue.
okay. So sorry guys. My son won't let me just have a good conversation.
Yeah, it's
So
okay.
I just decided to look for a mentor in life. I've always have a mentor, whether the mentor knows that he or she is mentoring you or not. But to me, I have always have a mentor at the back of my brain, knowing that I really want to be like so and so. So um I always wanted to be like one of my aunt, but she was a nun. She was a nun, but a nurse by profession. And she happened to be in these good congregations. The whites were so many, and they will come home with dollars on the bladder, like they'll count the money, and you feel like, yeah, I really want to have money. I really want to count money. I really want to have power. So I asked one of them, Mzungu, one of the non-Mzungu. She was an Irish. Sikuwa hata na kizungu mzuri. I didn't have good English by then. I think I was in grade 4. Those days we knew English at class 7, class 8. KCP is coming. So I had to go and ask someone to write for me the conversation on a paper, and then I gave it to her. Like, I also want to have more money like you. And then she just wrote down and say, then make sure that you excel in your exams or in school. So the
Mhm.
word excel was a bit hard. So I had to go and ask again, what does it mean? She said, like, you have to perform well for you to have money.
Yeah.
And that was the beginning of her seeing how serious I want to be successful. But it seems like there was a problem, like school fees or something. And then she said, like, she just asked me, how old are you? I told her, like, hey, I'm this and this. Are you able to go to a boarding school? Are you able to wash yourself? I said yes. Are you able to wash your clothes? I said yes. Then she said, I'll talk to your mom, then I'll take you to boarding school, then I'll pay your school fees. But you have to promise me that you have to be top three. If you
Wow.
don't be top three, I won't pay your school fees. So from that day, I realized now I am supposed to pass by force. It was just by force. So I changed my mind because I want to to make sure that I impress her and I have money like her.
Hmm.
Honestly, she did faithfully. And from nowhere, from that position that I've always been, to top 5 in a
Yeah.
new school, and I realized I can make it. I remember I was the best girl in West Pokot during my KCPE, the best
Wow.
girl.
Mhm.
Yeah. Still, I missed out to Moi girls because of school fees. I had to go and sue my mom. I'm this a bad woman. Hmm? I did I did class 8 again with my brother, my elder brother. I performed well. Of course, I was focused. So He didn't fail, but I did well than he did. So what happened is she decided to take him to Form 1, and no communication. They didn't even communicate like whether I'm going to Form 1 or not. Also, first term is just going and no one is talking to me. I decided one day I woke up, I went to the area chief and I reported her. And I
Mm-hmm.
even quoted the wealth that she has, and she's not even bothering to sell even one cow to take me to school. So that's how she got the later of making sure that she was given 1 week for me to be in school.
Wow.
Now my position in Moi Girls had already been taken, so I went to Nasokol Girls.
Mm-hmm.
So remember, my relationship with my mom now, it is over because I've taken her to
Uh,
chief. So me and you, well, let's just remain like that, like tukae tu hivyo.
mhm.
Ukifunga shule utaenda kwa chief.
Yeah.
So I knew sasa nikifunga shule I have nowhere to go, but I still have a goal of I have to succeed because my sponsor mwenye alinisponsor all the primary, she passed on because they were these old white ladies. So she passed on, and my aunt by then she was in Cameroon. She was still in her training, so she was not able to continue supporting. And my mom, of course, she was supporting her sons.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad is a deadbeat. He wasn't in the picture since we were young. So when I went to Nasokol girls, that was almost second term. I was position number one, despite me not being in school for that while. So uh, I took that as a chance. I went to the principal and I said, I need support towards school fees. I'm able to make sure that I deliver, but I don't have someone to pay for my school fees.
Mm-hmm.
So from nowhere, I don't know who connected, but what I know, I was just called in the office after a week or two, and they said someone has volunteered to pay my school fees. But this person, she was a KO woman, a lady. She's called Murgo. I remember she's called Florence Murgo. She said on condition that she will transfer me to a school that she is the chair lady of that school.
Uh-huh.
For me, it wasn't a problem because it's a chance. And guess what? She transferred me from Nasokol to Singore Girls. Now, Singore Girls was one of the best schools in the country. So she was married to an Irish.
Mm-hmm.
So she had two kids. One of them was my age, Tambach High School, and then another small girl. So she really like wanted company, and at the same time, my aunt, I think she was also in the picture of making sure that I get a sponsor. So she sponsored me from 2, from 3. My mom didn't know where I was because I never even communicated I'm transferring school. So I just transferred and she waited for me to come back after school closing. I never came back and she never bothered. It was
Mm-hmm.
like, thank God, problem has gone because I'm always causing problem. Chief will come here.
Yeah.
So all from 2, I never came home. On from 3, I didn't. But the bad side was when I went to Singore Girls in Form 2, they had already finished all the syllabus to Form 4. So they were doing revision. So in short, in my life, I only learned 2 terms in high school. Only 2 terms. Ile unasoma term 1, term 2, term 3. Mimi ni term 2, mwalimu aliyesimama mbele kunifunza. So it was a bit challenging, but I remember I promised that lady that I'll deliver. So I knew I was going to deliver whether I was in that class or not. I was going to deliver, and honestly, I did. So when I finished Form 4, I performed well. I was supposed to go to university. I was called for economics, but now where is the school fees to pay? Those days, sisi ni watu tulifanya Form 4, 2012, 20, yeah, around there. So
Mm-hmm.
tulikuwa na part yenye parent pia alikuwa a play part university for you to go. Of
Yeah.
course, mzazi ni mzazi tu, atakusamea, na hata mimi mzazi ni mzazi tu. Mimi nil play my part. After all, she's happy that I finished Form 4 and I've performed very well. Now she's proud, telling everyone in the village how her daughter is very bright, forgetting that I took her to the area chief. So it wasn't bad. To me, it was good. So during that time, I transformed my mind, knowing that I don't have someone like a family member that I can ever rely on. So it is me. So I made my mind like I have to succeed. I'm this person who, I think, indirect, I have this spirit of Ruto. I don't fail. When I'm in, I don't fail. I go in and I have to come out with something. I have to come out with evidence. So, I finished now Form 4. No signs of going to university, and I'm not willing to take my mom again to the chief.
Yeah.
I'm not ready to do that. So instead of me just being there, I went for saloon to learn something to keep myself busy. Then in that process, I learned how to make hair and plait 1, 2, 3. And then one of these, I'm always lucky to have white people in life. So one of these fine days, someone comes home and told that they just find a will of the lady who died when I was in primary level, that she had written that she has left somewhere a child that she was supporting, just in case someone else can step in. And one of the priests decided to step in, an Irish again. So he came and said, I'm willing to pay school fees for you, but we are sharing school fees with the niece of the nun who died, Sister Emma. So she had a niece. So niece wanted to fulfill her auntie's wish, but so they were sharing. But they gave me a condition that we have a congregation that supports health. So if we have to support someone, someone has to go through our line. So I had no option rather than being a nurse. So we'll only pay your fee if you become a nurse. Honestly, I never wanted to be a nurse. I even never knew there is a night shift. And thank God I have never been sick. I have never been admitted. I have never known that nurses work the whole night and they work the whole night. I didn't know. But I didn't have any option. So I told my mom I'm just going for nursing, because now the only condition is I have to be a nurse, or I have to be a lecturer in medicine, or I have to become a doctor. And I don't want to be a doctor. I don't want to be a lecturer. I wanted to do economics. But they are not supporting anything to do with money. Church and money, they are not good friends.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so I had to go to do nursing, but now to step down because they can't pay my university. They have to pay my diploma level. That's what they can afford. So I have to forego my university grade to do what? To fit into their decision. Of course, I wasn't happy, but I knew I have to achieve. I'll achieve. So I went for diploma. In fact, I did my diploma in Ortum, West Pokot, hardship area, because they have given you like we are giving you was it 250,000 for your training, for the entire training. So, and by then School of Nursing was around 300 and something. So I wasn't so sure that if I go to this public or this poshy nursing school, if I'll finish paying the school fees. So I had to go to the hardship area, which was 180 something thousand, so that I can remain with balance to buy books and all those things.
Yeah.
So I did that and I finished my diploma. And again, they're the one who gave me the first job, the Irish themselves. They had their own hospital. They gave me their first job, and I told them I appreciate you have really supported me, and I'm going to work for you only 6 months because I have to go to the city. They said, why? I said, I have to achieve my dream. I was supposed to go to university, so I have to get my degree. That is what I promised myself. So
Wow.
I can't be here. It's far from the city. And that lady, she told me like, oh, there's no problem. You are very smart. You, your job is good. We can be flying you to Nairobi for the classes. I said, no, I don't want to be flown to Nairobi for the classes. I want to go to Nairobi. Yeah. So I worked for them 6 months contract and it was over. I just packed my things and when I went to the cyber for the first time in life, I didn't even have a smartphone. This is me with my village life. I came home with everything. My mom was very mad why I've left my job without, all those stabilities and all those things. And I was like, no, I'll get another job. The following morning, I went to the Kitale town there, the cyber, and I told the cyber person, like, Google for me job in Nairobi, nursing job in Nairobi. So that's what that person did. Googled and applied, and he told me you have to come again after 2 days. I didn't have a smartphone, I didn't have laptop, I didn't have anything. I think I was the only one in nursing school without laptop. Even when I was doing my research, I had to befriend one of the primary teacher. She was called Evelyn. She was she was a good teacher. She used to show how rich she is. So I had to befriend her to to type for me because I didn't have laptop.
Mhm.
So I had to go back in Kitale town after 2 days to see if there is any reply for the emails that I had applied. And since I had distinction in my nursing, so it wasn't very hard. So I went to see the results, and here comes the Langata Hospital. I've responded, and they want me with immediate effect. So I have never been in the city. This is my first time in life. And where I was working, the hospital for the nuns or Catholic schools, Catholic institutions, they have houses and even they can give you food. So
Yeah.
I went to the city with the knowledge of I'm going to be given a house and all those things, only to finish my orientation, and I'm wondering where I'll go to sleep because all the relatives that I knew that were in the city before I arrived in Nairobi, all of them were Mteja. This thing is really, if you if you have never been in that situation, it's very, very bad. So I
Mhm.
had to go. After that, after my orientation, Langata also that day, everyone was going their way, and I don't know where to go. Then I'm like, I don't know where to go and sleep. Can anyone help me? And then one of the cleaner told me like, you can spend at my place, and then we shall be sharing rent for this month. To me, it was like I don't have any other option. So I didn't know. I didn't know Nairobi is big. I found myself in Kibera. Yeah, I have lived in Kibera.
Mhm.
So it was very hard. Ulali kunguni zinakuwa zimekungoja the whole night. You are a whole nurse. Hujazoea
Uh-huh.
hata uje kunguni, but unakutana nazo sasa. Kibera is Kibera. There's no toilet. You have to pay for the toilet. You have to pay for the shower. You have to everything. So it was very hard. So I stayed for 2 weeks and I started being sick. Hygiene there is very bad. So by good chance, from Kibera to Langata, you can use Ngong Road. So one of this fine day I was using Ngong Road, and by good chance I met my cousin who was a conductor. I realized this person looks like us. And then
Uh-huh.
oh yeah, now where are you staying? Then finally I went to stay with him for another 1 week or 2 weeks, but it wasn't easy. Conductors, they are just conductors. Ukirudi jioni narudingi
Yeah.
na chips funga. So
Yeah.
I was like causing inconvenience, and I know he's a married person. I know the family, so I was uncomfortable. I didn't want to witness all those. So good luck. I got after my first pay, I I got my own house around Langata area because it wasn't very far from the hospital. So I'm this aggressive and smart girl. That's the thing I believe in myself. Aggressive and smart, and I have to achieve. The owner of the hospital was a cardiologist at Aga Khan Hospital. So sometimes he refers his patients to his hospital, Langata Hospital. But you see, he did not have anyone who was a specialty or who can even take care of those patients after that. So he gave an offer and say, "Oh, is there any nurse here who want to learn things in cardiology so that I can be comfortable with my patient? Then when you finish the training with me, I give you certificate." Everyone refused. I said I'll do that, and I was only 1 week or almost 2 weeks at the job. So I did training with him as a cardiologist. So I became a cardiologist, like assistant nurse. So in the process, let's say 2 months, not around 2 months, there was a very difficult condition that it was very hard for the nurses and doctors to manage. And for us who have trained in hardship areas, we can maneuver something. But for those who are soft with some things, it's they're like, oh, we fear, we don't want problems. So
Yeah.
there's a lady who came to deliver triplets, and it is a situation where you cannot refer. You have to do something before you refer. You cannot leave a
Mhm.
mother with a baby hanging like a cow just because you want to refer to Kenyatta. I said you can deliver twins, you can even deliver triplets. Oh, how this is that? You have to take to theater. I said no. In class we are taught all this. The book doesn't know theater. Theater is for the doctors. So I deliver that
Yeah.
that mama um
Wow.
with her two girls and one boy. She gave me 200. And it was a lot. Eh?
No.
200 by
Mhm.
those days, it was good money.
Yeah.
So before she went, she she talked to the husband, like, I could have died with my kids, something like that. And then to me, I've just done my duty. I've just done my duty. I finish, I continue with other responsibility. After 2 days, she came back and she talked to one of the friends who was a nurse, and she said that she wanted to talk to me. And now this other nurse, she was not very old, but she was a senior. I can say senior, maybe 20 years in nursing. So when she came and say, I have an offer for you, and I was like, offer? I just came in the city. What offer do you have? She said, I have a good connection with the um big hospital. I don't think you fit here. Your brain doesn't fit here. They are wasting you. So I want to give you this connection so that when you apply through these emails,
Yeah.
you'll be able to get a good job. So there were Aga Khan, Nairobi Hospital, Mata, and I think Karen Hospital. But I didn't want to go to Karen because it wasn't far from where I work, and I could know it wasn't fit for me. So
Mhm.
I only applied to Nairobi Hospital. I don't know why. I think it's just because of the name. I didn't have actually the main reason as to why I did that. But the moment I applied, that was on Monday, and on Tuesday they called me to go for interview with immediate effect. So my interview was like, we have a job for you. Are you ready to start now, or what do you want us to do? So I said, no, I can't start now because I have to give a resignation letter and a notice on the other side. I never knew that was the interview because it's always good for you to resign or give notice to your boss. So that's how I
Okay.
passed my interview like that. And they told me, how much are you being paid? By then, I think I was being paid around 18,000. 18,000, when
Mhm.
they take tax, it comes to 15. Then from 15, you pay house like 5,000, it remains 10. Then you pay transport 5,000, it remains 5. Then you eat, you have not eaten. And then your mother at home also knows you are in the city, now you are broke.
Mhm.
So they told me they are going to start me with double, but is it double? Yeah, it was double, around that 6,000. And they are going to pay my contract, the Langata hospital contract, to buy me off. So
Oh.
that's how I got the
Mhm.
chance. So just getting into the chance again, they announced that they are offering chances for nursing degree for free. Whoever wants to do nursing degree under their program and you work for them 2 years, you are free to come on the podium. I was the first one on the podium. I did my nursing degree that I was dreaming for with them.
Mhm.
Because in the process of 2 years contract, already 1 year is in, you are in class. So you have already finished 1 year with them and you guarantee you don't work, but you get salary every month with them. You just work
Wow.
for them the remaining 1 year. So I finished my degree in nursing with them. Before finishing the remaining 1 year, another chance again comes and they say they want someone to specialize in the ICU for the young ones, that those who are not yet 1 month. It's called neonatal ICU. So
Mhm.
everyone freaked out, and I say, I'm going for it. They say, you just came out of other class. Yeah, no one is going. I'm going. I did again the specialty in neonatal ICU. Um, I've not used my any of my shilling in this education. No, I've not.
Mhm.
So I already have specialty. I already have my degree. Here comes another chance of oncology in neonatal. I have to go to South Africa. That was 6 months. I'm
Mhm.
there. I went again. So
Mhm.
it became like, it was like every unit, every ward has to give someone, and they always know so and so likes books, so and so likes books. So I took that chance, and um, I did my South Africa, and while I was in South Africa, is now when I realized I can also start my process of exiting the country. Now you get exposed. You meet people from other country. They tell you they are doing this, they are doing this. They are from UK, they are from America. Those exposure and whatever.
Yeah.
So by then I'm doing all these things, and my mom here has now cancer. She was diagnosed with cancer. Now in class, I'm doing the radiation chemotherapy. It needs a lot of money. But I was there. I was doing my best. So I started my process after delivery of my child, that he was only 6 weeks.
Mhm.
That's when I started the process, because I knew the process is long. Someone told me, "Oh, it is not worthy. You have a child. Taking a child is very hard." I said, "Okay, I know the process takes long. Before it's here, this child will be big." So
Mhm.
as the process was going on, I was still adding on my education. Like any chance that came, I grabbed. Oh, we want someone who can do oncology with Oxford University. I did that. E- Everything that was coming along, I was doing it. Yeah.
Mhm.
So in the process of me dealing with the cancer, education, and at the same time being a mother, it becomes very hard. But what I really, really learned along the way is resilience and being persistent, and just knowing that through your rejection is your fuel, is your strength. So I was like, I have to make sure that I don't fail. When you don't fear to fail, then you are a failure. You have to fear to fail so that you can be successful. So, and I, along the way of fearing to fail, I also learned that I have to learn for me to earn the
Yeah.
respect that I'm looking for. I have to learn. How was I going to learn? Is it through my career? Is it through my relation? Is it through anything? People earn all these things through probably political relation, family relation, but I didn't have anything. I was like, I'm the first one in this family, in entire family generation, that has ever used my name to reach the level that I'm reaching. You understand? So
Wow. Yeah.
I knew that I have a lot of responsibility to make sure that I earn what I want. So I really learned a lot. And along the way, I really made so many friends. I invested in friendship. If there is anything I really, really invested in, is investing in relationship. I never gave them money. I never gave them anything, but I made sure I have good relationship. Like these people who are from other countries, no, the whites mostly they are not very smart. We just fear them
Yeah.
because of their color. They are not very smart. So
Mhm.
I could earn their respect and their relation through helping them the topics that they are not so smart in it and all those things. Yeah. So along the way, I didn't just learn nursing. I also learned other things. Other things like uh, I realized I loved business. So I started teaching myself how do I trade, how do I do the business like because you it's not always good to depend on one thing, one source. I can say one source. And you should have what we call cash flow. I really wanted to have cash flow. Salary is not cash flow. You need to have cash flow. Yeah. So cash flow means is salary is constant. For example, in Kenya, salary is constant.
Mhm.
If your salary is 20,000, it can be 20,000 even for 5 years.
Yeah.
You need to have something that will bring in extra money apart from your salary. So I started to think very wide. And since I had invested so much in relationship, one of my friends saw me and she said, "Come, I want to talk to you." And I was off that day and my house girl had left. So I didn't even have a house girl. That's the day
Mhm.
I just carried my son and we went to meet in a hotel somewhere. I didn't know why she's calling me. And she said, "Anne, I've been studying you." By that time, my husband was in Zambia. So she
Mhm.
told me like, "Hey, finally my process has gone through because through this relationship is how I knew how to go out of Kenya. You know, people
Yeah.
might not you can be so close with people but they cannot tell you unless you are so close to that person. If
Very
someone
true.
can give you a link on how to apply, where to apply, you know, all those things, it really comes from deep relationship. So
Yes.
they are among the people who really pushed me like you are very smart, you can make good money with your brain, don't waste your brain in Kenya, you know, all those things. So it
Mhm.
came a time she really wanted to leave. So before that, she called me before we met in our hotel. That was like a few days earlier. She came to my ward and she said, "Okay, I want to see you." I was like, okay. I followed her to her ward because she was working in an oncology, but I was working in ICU. So we went with her to oncology. And then she gave me one handbag. This one handbag, she said, "I want to sell to you this handbag." I said, "How much?" She said 2,500. I said, "But I don't have money and I'm not planning to buy any handbag." And then she
Mhm.
said, "If you can't buy this handbag, you are not ready to grow." Because I'm this person who don't want to feel like I'm not ready to grow. I want to grow. You know, I want to impress people. You know, I'm a Jaluo
Mhm.
wife. So, mimi nikotoka kwa Jaluo lazima nionyeshe pia mimi sishindwi.
Yeah. Mhm.
Sina pesa saa hiyo ya ukweli sina pesa, lakini ameniambia if you are not ready to, if you cannot buy this handbag 2,500, a whole nurse working in Nairobi hospital, you are not ready to grow. Hey, that sentence, I went home with the bag. You know, that bag now is on debt. I've not paid. But
Yeah.
that bag, anytime I was looking at it, it was reminding me how I'm not ready to grow.
Mm.
It really haunted my conscience. Like, hey, this is not the person I know. What I know is I need to grow. And then after 2 or 3 days, she called me like, let's meet. I went to meet with this girl. She was called Monica. And then she said, I have an empire. I want to hand over an empire to you. I said, okay, how sure are you? I was worried, you know, these people who drive good cars, we people believe that they get it from devil worship or something. You know, someone starts talking about an empire. I was like, oh, no, 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 hold on. Hmm? Which empire are
Yeah.
you talking about? I'm not ready to be initiated in anything. Hey, and then she
Yeah.
said, no. Hmm?
Mhm.
That's how I knew now they are ready to sacrifice my son, I was worried.
Yeah.
So we sat down, she just came with a simple notebook, a small notebook, and she was making notes like, apart from your salary, what else do you do? I said nothing. Even
Mhm.
in nursing, with the knowledge you have, how does it benefit you, like, to get extra money? Do you do this job somewhere else, or you only work there? In Kenya, it's not like America whereby you can work in this hospital, this also, but you can still use your
Mhm.
skills in a different way. So all the checklist she had, I didn't have anything. But remember, I'm this smart girl who has gone even to South Africa, who has done with Oxford.
Yeah.
But my salary was constant. By then, I think my salary was around now 50,000. But the
Mhm.
higher you go, now the child has come in. My mom now has cancer. It wasn't even enough. So
Yeah.
she said, I want to hand over to you an empire. So the moment she explained, like, don't worry, it's not something bad. I'm going away, and I had a good business.
Mhm.
So I want to hand over this business to you. And I'm not handing over this business as in tangible things. I want to hand the business idea to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to know when I'm there, to know that actually this business idea is helping you and your family. She
Mhm.
said, tomorrow we are going to Isli. So we went to Isli, and she introduced me to one Somali woman who doesn't even know how to write. Even she cannot
Mhm.
sign. She uses her is it fingerprints to
Yeah.
sign things. But she's counting money here. She's
Uh-huh.
carrying with a bag. And I'm like, what? And then that warrior told me, nyinyi mmesoma sana lakini hamjui kuhesabu pesa. Kaniambia mmesoma sana lakini hamjui kuhesabu pesa. Ati ama kama hamjui kuhesabu pesa, hamuna pesa ya kuhesabu. Mimi niko kwa hii this
Eh,
second part yenye hamuna pesa ya kuhesabu. Honestly, between
mhm.
me and life nilikuwa na transport ya 100. Kama transport change from Eastleigh, I don't know
Yeah.
how I could have reached at home.
Anakudunga msumari immediately.
Baadaye akanidunga msumari, nikasikia vibaya sana, nikaona hata nisisikie vibaya. I have to learn for me to earn. So
Mhm.
Monica introduced me and said, eh, she was called Aisha Mamon Fatima. Fatima,
Uh-huh.
all my stock that were coming from China, she's the one who will handle it. The moment she mentioned China, I almost fainted because this stock that's coming from China, and between me and life, I only have 100 shillings. How am I going to manage? The first thing, I even don't have customer. I don't
Mhm.
have the market. Business, you need to have market.
Yeah, yeah,
I
true.
don't have market. I don't have anything. But I didn't want to disappoint her. Her
Mhm.
flight was in 3 or 4 days. I promised, like, okay, I'll make sure that your business will come. I'll try to sell, and I'll send money to you if possible.
Mhm.
And then when we left the shop, she started laughing. She said, China gani biashara ilikuwa inakuja? China si ni hapa penye tuko. Yaani, China gani biashara ilikuwa mzigo inakuja? Huko China, Isili ni China.
Yeah,
Nimekuleta
yeah.
China, jipange.
Uh,
So that's how my eyes popped, and I realized apart from nursing, I can do something else. And I've always wanted to do something else. I've always wanted to do all these things. So the same handbag that she had sold to me with 2,000,
mhm.
she works in oncology. Oncology is on the other side. The same handbag I came with it the following day after going to China Muitu. And I
Mhm.
told them I'm selling bags. I'm selling handbags. And they were cute. I told my fellow nurses, like, I have bags I'm selling. And
Mhm.
they were so curious, like, zinakaaje? And I showed them the one that I now have on debt.
Yeah,
Hata niko na
yeah.
moja hapa nauza. Hii ni 300. Nilinunua 200 and 2,500. Sasa mimi
Mhm.
niliuza 28.
Yeah.
Hata yule mwenye niliambia hakuangalia hata iko na mifuko ngapi. Unajua hao vile women tunaangalia iko na zipu, iko na nini,
Yeah.
hakuangalia. Ulichukua kama ametupa kwa bagi yake na M-Pesa ikafanya tini, na nikaona miracle. Nikasema yeye tu mdomo peke yake imenipea 300. Mdomo tu, kupiga tu mdomo tu imenipea 300. That is the first money I used to go back to Eastleigh the following day. Na nikaambia Fatma, mimi nimekuja hapa na 2800. Nataka unipe hizo bags za 600, 600, 400, 400. Nianze
Yeah.
na hiyo. Akaniambia, somehow we looked alike. She was a Meru. We looked somehow alike. So she thought we her Monica's sister. So she said, we hapana stuka, mimi napewa wewe bagi ya 20,000 uza letea mimi pesa. Mimi nikaona hii ni good chance. Umenipea 20,000. Unaniuzia how much bag moja? Akasema hii design inakuuzia 12, hii ingine inakuuzia 16, ingine inakuuzia 800. Na mimi nikienda kuuza tena namuuza yeye mwenyewe. Mimi nikienda kuuza nauza ngapi? 3,000. We mjinga, hii 3,000, 4,000. Harakisha unarudi biashara ingine, naenda China kuleta ingine. Na nikaenda, by the way, I just went with those. The following day I went with 3 handbags. Now I'm creating, already I had good relationship with people, so I just went to my WhatsApp and create a small group outside the main WhatsApp, and I say, hey guys, I started a small business that can be interested to the ladies. So I
Yeah.
posted those, like the lady, the Somali, they usually have the is it website pictures of the same bag from China.
Yeah.
It's like classic. So she had sent it to me with the colors and everything. So I just posted there, and without knowing, I had good orders from those people. Good orders. And I started delivering those handbags, and the market really expanded from Nairobi Hospital. My unit had 60 nurses. The ICU and HDU and maternity had 60 nurses. So these 60 nurses were enough to make me rich. But I never knew that they also have families in these other units, friends in these other units. So the market grew and it became a bit very overwhelming. So it expanded. So what I did is I had to set a specific day and time of marketing and delivering. So I never had a day that I'm off. Either I'm in Eastleigh or I'm in Nairobi Hostel, because now the market, Nairobi Hostel has almost 7,000 nurses only minus doctors. 7,000.
Wow, that's a lot.
So that was a good market. And I just had a book. I don't know all their names. I don't know most of them where they work, but I just had a book I could write, and you take the whatever and whatever. Then I had to open my M-Pesa deal. I was now the M-Pesa person, not like you're receiving. Hii yenyewe ya ukitaka kutoa na kutolea, unaona hiyo yenyewe. Nilikuwa na hii
Mko
mobile
pedi.
M-Pesa. Sasa
Yeah.
nikasahau nursing completely, nikaingia into biashara, but I was still a good nurse, So my business, I could make in a month, honestly. I just want to be honest, how business can be good. Not less than 100,000 in a month. That
Wow.
was only handbags.
Wow.
And I also had to do my research because, there's policies everywhere.
Yeah.
And the policy of Nairobi Hospital, they had said you cannot do business on the things that the hospital supplies. So to me, it was a clear way that Nairobi Hospital doesn't supply handbags. So I'm not
Yeah.
having any conflict in the business. So even the bosses themselves were the one who were buying them. So along the way, I was so keen to take in the what can I say? Like the people's desire. Like someone will say, hey,
Yeah.
I wish ungekuja na kiatu yenye na match na hii nguo. So I take a note like, oh, which type of viatu do you think will have worked well, something like that, something like that. So I was so keen, and I could mark my register of all those things that people are asking and how often have they asked, all those things. So at a point it reached a point whereby cash flow was overwhelming. Cash flow was too much than even
Mhm.
the what? The
The salary.
the salary. I couldn't
Wow.
remember to get my salary.
Mm.
So people decided to do what? Decided to come so clear and say, hey, you are so good in this, and I think you have specialized in it. We want you to cover us completely, like provide everything we want because we don't have time to go out there. So they
Mhm.
told me, like, we really don't know how you will feel. It's not that we are trying to disrespect you, but it is, we feel like you can provide for us and we'll
Mhm.
appreciate. And I was worried, like, oh, what's this? They say, like, oh, we want you to bring socks and
Mhm.
panties for ladies. We don't
Mm.
have time. Nursing time is actually, you come in 7 a.m. and you finish around 8 p.m. So the market
Yeah.
already is closed. You cannot find shops that are open. So most of them miss out. So I went to my Oria woman. It's my birthday. What happened? Later. Sorry.
It's okay.
So 1 minute, let me
Okay. Okay. Okay.
put this boy in class, in his coding class. 1 minute. Take your
Okay.
laptop. We still have 15
That
minutes
is very
more.
inspiring.
Yeah, so what happened? I went to my Oria lady and I talked to her like, hey, this is the people's request. I don't know how to do. She said that is very easy. I have my brother who has a shop.
Mm.
Yeah, I have a brother who has a shop and I'll talk to him to supply to you at a good price. Now the other stuffs. My son is here.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, yeah, we want 3 hours. I'll ask for 3 hours. Okay. You'll use the back class door, okay?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Thank you.
Okay, go sit down, log into a class. You need a charger?
No, thanks.
Okay, bye.
I don't see you.
So I'm sorry, I didn't want to take long, but I might
Yeah. It's
inspire
okay.
someone.
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Mm.
So I decided she connected me to another Oria. Unajua all Oria wote ni brothers and sisters.
Yeah. Mm.
So she connected me to another Oria. So this Oria we agreed on the price, good quality, and the price. So he said there is an order that was coming from China. He was placing an order from China. So we sat down with this guy and I chose on the designs that my clients have told me they like. I'm going
Wow.
with the client's need. So I started with around 100 pieces. I think it was 100 pieces because I wasn't so sure. And
Mhm.
one piece of that stuff was 60 bob. And Dauria told me wewe enda uza shilingi 60 bob. Alisema 150. So
Mm.
you double the price.
Yeah, that is 200%. Mhm.
Yeah. So when I reached on the ground, before reaching on the ground along the way when I was coming, I had to go through a shop in the CPD along Kenyatta Avenue that says the same stuff and pretend I'm buying the same
Uh-huh.
type, the same design, and it was 250. So since it was 250, I also decided like, hey, I have also taken my time to come and deliver to you. I added 50. So I was selling one stuff 300 and I
Mm.
bought it at 60. 60 bob, 300. Before knowing it, I was having around over 500 orders in 1 week, 1,000 orders in 1 week. And then I started to order my stuff from China now myself direct.
I know.
When I get it from China,
Yeah.
it's 3 bob Kenyan money. 3 bob, and I'll still sell it at 300.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Then the market was big. You use the same audience. I was using the same
Yeah.
audience. Yeah. So I decided to expand my business now. I'm making good money. I'm making good money now. It's motivating me to work. My cash flow is doing well. This was the time.
It didn't work.
Send another link. So the only thing that was motivating me to go to work, it was the business.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was the business. I could even wonder when they say that, hey, today you will not be working. To me, it is a big, big loss.
Mm.
It's
Wow.
already sent.
Hmm?
It's already sent.
Oh no, that is
It's yeah, you're on.
5% profit.
Eh, today I'm only giving you 2 hours, okay?
Yeah,
It's 500%, not even 5%.
Yeah.
You do the math.
So the
Mhm.
market was very, very big, and I'm always now thinking, I'm an economics by mind, hata kama sikuwa nimefanya. So my mind was already calculating what else can I use on this audience. I realized my family really loved fish. Hey, I started looking for the market. Imekuja.
Makeup check.
I decided to look for the market for fish. And eventually, as you know, I don't fail.
Yeah.
I get connection from Kisumu direct. So I had a good house girl who was from Western Nyanza. So I don't know anything with fish. Despite being close to Jaluos, I don't know anything to do with fish. So I talked to her and she told me she knows how to prepare fish. And I told her, so every fish, I'll be giving you this commission. She's my house girl. I'm
Yeah.
supposed to pay her for the care of the child. But now she's having extra work. I also want to support her and promote her and motivate her. So I told her, like, every fish that you buy, you make sure you keep record. At the end of the month, you get this certain commission. So I went and started with the 3 fish. I just prepared 3 fish. Went with it on my night shift. And I told the night shift team, I think they were around 15 nurses. Like, just, hey, if you need fish, I also sell fish. They say, let us see. In fact, I gave out one for them to eat and taste. And now I've gone to YouTube. All my knowledge comes on YouTube. YouTube is the best teacher. If you don't have a lecturer for university, you can learn a lot on YouTube.
Yeah.
So I have prepared ingredients on YouTube. I've compared, contrast, added. Now it's looking like Kimpiski. So out of the 3 fish, one was for testing. The other 2, I sold 300 each. And I had bought 3 fish at 120. 3 fish at 120. So meaning one of them was 40. So I have sold 2 of them 600.
Wow.
And now I came back home and I told my house girl, we are starting the business. I just called Boda. I told that person, you'll be going to pick for me this. I never even knew fish has sizes like size 1, size 2, size
Yeah.
3. Jaluos know. But some of us, we don't know. So people told me the size that they want. We want size 4. That is good. It's not too big and it's not too small. So I was ordering size 4. I started with the 3 fish. I went by a week, I was already in 50, and then 100, until I had to take transportation, Before you arrive, people who are waiting for the handbags are calling. Those who are waiting for the other things are waiting. Those for the fish will be waiting for you at the gate. Nairobi also has 2 gates. So gate 1, gate 2. So this one is saying, kujia gate 1, kujia kwanza gate 1, nimekungoja nikuwa wa kwanza. Huyu mwingine anakuambia kujia gate 2, so you really don't know where to go.
Yeah.
So I have to go like 2 hours early to do my business. Before the shift starts, I was having over 200,000.
What?
In my M-Pesa. I transact. I am the M-Pesa person. I'm everything. So in short, I was also getting commission on M-Pesa. M-Pesa is also business.
Yeah.
Yes, you know, M-Pesa is also business. So I was running so many business until when my manager could tell me today, tomorrow you are off, I'll start crying because now I'll be,
Yeah.
it's not good. It's not good. You should not give me off. Let me just come and walk around because, and then she'll say, just bring fish. Just bring fish if you want to.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, I ended up having a very good cash flow. And I trained my house girl to run the business. I used to pay her 5,000. Honestly, that's the level I could afford. But by
Uh-huh.
that time, she was around 9,000, 10,000 plus.
Wow.
That is
Wow.
with commission. So,
Yeah.
so she was really, really doing good. And even sometimes it was even beyond that, you know. So at the end of the day, I was able to buy some few things in their properties like plots zilikuwa. I had to build for my mom a good house like around over 2.5 million. Not
Mm.
from my salary anyway, not from
Yeah.
my salary because my
Cash flow.
salary I had honestly I had already taken a big loan to do the cancer treatment for my mom, you know.
Mm.
So it was a bit like it wasn't there. So
Yeah.
just investing in relationship with this girl Monica, it really gave me a very good results, and
Mm.
it really really made me someone. So even when my I was waiting for the process to finish and all those things, it to me didn't look like it took long because I was busy running my business.
Mm.
Yeah, you can imagine you have a job and you are very sure that you have over 100 clients waiting for you. They even better be late to go home, but they have to wait for this for you to deliver what
Yeah.
they want, and they are sure you will deliver the right thing. Hmm? So it was so nice until even now you have to go with hierarchy because your supervisor is priority. If she
Yeah.
orders the fish and you feel like this fish is going to finish before her, you have to hide somewhere because you
Exactly.
don't want tomorrow to be told like don't bring it here, you know.
Yeah. Mm.
At the end of the day, I realize business can pay better than career.
Mm-hmm.
And now when we reach there, let's talk about what's business. Business is what you have in your hand. Business is is like what you have right now, where you are, that is your business.
Yeah. Wow.
Business
Wow.
doesn't need a shop. Business doesn't need a name. Business doesn't need people to know who you are. Like people know, like this supermarket belongs to this family. That
Mhm.
is just that's business I accept, but business is you.
Mhm.
The word business, I believe, comes from busy.
Yes.
Busy. When you keep yourself busy, then you are in business.
Wow. That
When
is
you keep yourself busy,
that is
then you are
that,
in business.
that is a big one. Wow.
Yeah. So that's where the word business comes in. But if you don't keep yourself busy, then you are not in business.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I realize profession in Kenya is what our parents has taught us to have.
Yeah.
But profession is not everything. Profession should come even the third or not the
Mm.
first. You know, in Kenya wanasema soma. But what I think skill comes first,
Yeah.
talent comes second, then profession comes last.
I
If I
see. I
have a
see.
skill, if I have a skill, why should the skill comes first? If I have a skill like David, the skill of trading, no one will ever take it away from you until you die. When
Very
you
true.
see the chart, that's the skill you had, and you can trade it even in your dream.
Yeah.
That is a skill. And a skill is the first number one business. It can keep you busy. A
Mm-hmm.
skill is anything you can do it anywhere. Like you don't need an office.
Yes.
Plumber, hiyo ni skill, hiyo sio profession. I don't call it. Plumber ataitwa anytime anywhere. Na hiyo ni skill yako nayo, mtu mwingine hawezi kuja atoe hiyo drainage na iende.
Yeah.
But there is power in the skill. When you learn a skill from someone, hata
Mhm.
mkosane na huyo mtu, that person will never take away a skill. Look at the disciples of Jesus Christ. They learned a skill of healing, raising the dead, skill of faith. Even when Jesus went away, they never panicked. They already had a skill.
Very
I
true.
can say it was a skill because
Yeah.
for you to heal, you should know what to say. You should know what to do in the spirit for you to do deliverance. Once you already know how to do in the spirit, then no one will ever take it away from you.
Uh-huh.
So they just learned a skill that Satan didn't have or other people didn't have, and it remained like a circle between the disciples of Jesus Christ. Unless you
Mhm.
become one of them for you to learn the skill, you
Yeah.
can't do what they do. So
Mhm.
what we are doing right now here is a skill. It doesn't matter whether we will fight, whether we'll cross, whether we'll never cross, but what we learn on this platform, no one will ever take it away from you, whether you like it or not. It's you who will decide to let it go. You don't want to remember about it, don't want to do anything about it, now you let it go. But if you can't let it go, you have the best weapon. Why should talent comes second and not number one? Talent goes with energy and age. If you are a
Mhm.
soccer, you can
Yeah.
shine right now. I'm sorry to use this example, but let me use Omanyala. Omanyala shined a lot,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
how long does it take for him to shine? His star is going down because of age.
Yeah.
Yes,
Mhm.
and other people are coming in, the younger one are coming in. Let's use World Cup. Messi has been shining.
Yeah,
He
it's now
didn't shine. Why? Because a 19-year-old came in. So talent has some factors that can affect it. Like it has age, environment, and all those things.
yeah.
But it comes better than the profession
Mhm. I see.
because
I see. Alice as she has a raised hand. I don't know if she want to ask you a question or something.
oh sure.
Mhm. Alice.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Let her finish first. Huh? I've been on and
Okay.
off. I had a meeting I was attending. Maybe you can just complete. Let her just go ahead. I'll raise my point. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. Mhm.
Yeah. So talent is something that you can invest in it, but it's like you should have entry and you should be ready for exit. That's talent. Talent's like trade. You should know when to enter and when to exit because it has its time limit. Profession overpowers everything, and as much as it's number three, it's
Mhm.
overall. It's like matron. It walks around and keep the check. Like okay. It's not that it being number three, it's meaningless. It is useful because let me tell you, if you are an athlete, for example, you go win gold, you make money, but you don't know how to invest. This is now where the profession comes in, knowledge comes in to let you know, like, hey, you should have invested this money in bond. You should have invested this money in one, two, three. That's now where knowledge comes in.
Mhm.
Yeah. But knowledge comes in something that you already has an idea, like you have already started. Like
Uh-huh.
nursing. Nursing is knowledge, for example, and at the same time they call it a skill. Nursing
Yeah.
is knowledge and at the same time is a skill. Because it will reach a time they'll want you to do a procedure that is a skill. But as you are doing a procedure, they want you to use the knowledge of not giving this medication because it can kill this patient. The rationale behind
Absolutely.
what you are doing.
Yeah.
So this skill and this talent you are doing, you need to have something that criticize it, that question it, that support it. You understand?
Mhm.
So that's
Yeah.
where knowledge comes number three, but not the last one on the list. It comes number three as an overall to oversee the others.
Mhm.
But remember, profession, someone can decide to quit or can lose interest and say, I don't want to be a teacher again. I don't
Yeah.
want to be a nurse again. I don't want to be, but a skill once it's in, it's in. Even if I leave nursing today, I know how to do a certain procedure. Even if they woke me from my dream, I can do a procedure, because once a nurse, always a nurse, you have that skill.
Yeah.
But the knowledge behind that skill can go, because if I don't keep updating myself with the current treatment, with the current information, I might still be using paracetamol, and yet they have moved from paracetamol, they are on another drug. But the procedure is constant.
Very true.
The procedure is constant, it's still there. You can still do it the same way it was done, unless there is other improvement like surgery. There are some improvement and equipments have come in. But mostly how to give an injection in nursing, it's just the same in kudunga. But dawa ya kudunga ndio makes it a bit mature and critical, you know. So it is always good for someone to think about what I have right now in my hand. How can I hold it for long? How can I hold it for future? If I wake up tomorrow, for example, and my legs can't walk, or my mouth can't talk, or one of my body doesn't allow me to do something that I used to do, can I still survive for a week? Can I survive for 2 weeks? How long can I survive? That's now where everything is comes in, and you start questioning yourself of cash flow. The money you make right now as a trader, as a business person, as you invest yourself in all the careers that you do and all those things that you do, you should always learn to invest. Don't eat all of it. You should have a seed, and you should eat, and you should save for the another generation. They say what? Yeah, you should save, and you should save for the seed. Because if you eat all of it, to next year, what will you plant? Assume umeharvest mahindi. Kitambo watu walikuwa wanavuna, alafu wataokota ile mahindi mzuri waweke kando, wataipanda next year, alafu ingine wanakula. So when you have an harvest, you should know how much you are sowing as a seed and how much you are using for the needs of this situation. Because if you don't keep on investing, sowing the seed, then you don't have an harvest in a few days to come. Yeah. So any trade, for example, however simple the trade is, you should always make sure, even if you get $10, try to invest, put somewhere where the money can grow. You know, investments are so many. We can talk about investment another day, what we can invest, how to invest, all those things. But always make sure you put a percentage of what you have received from your sweat. Put it aside and make sure that money is at least growing or bringing something on the table. You can invest in money market, you can invest in bonds, you can buy plots and build rental, you can put in business that when you are sleeping, someone will be paying you, like kuna kapesa kanatokelezea somewhere, unaona? So because sometimes pesa za skill ni mzuri sana. Unasemanga nitapata kesho. Hiyo. Sasa kama tuseme Pastor Kanyari. Unajua anajuanga tu ataambia watu wapande mbegu.
Very true.
I'm just using as an example, but that's just for career zenye unajua kesho utapata. Kwa mfano, we ukuwe nani, tuseme hata tutumie tu plumber. Wacha nikule hii pesa, kesho nitaitwa.
Yeah.
Of course utaitwa. But for how long will you be itwa? And what if tomorrow utaitwa and you cannot walk? You cannot work. Go to that place, you know? That's what we forget. So make at least a certain percentage. After paying your bill, put a certain percentage aside and think of something you can invest in, and something that you can invest in 2 ways. Something that you can convert easily into money if you are in need, and something that probably needs long term, so that you don't even also be extravagant. Like for example, ukikuwa na kitu yenye everything you can convert easily into shilling, into liquidity or liquid money, then utakuwa tena utakuwa unacheza tu nayo, but ujawekwa kitu yenye unajua hata nikitaka kuuza hii ng'ombe sasa kwendanga nipeleke soko ni Friday. I have to wait. Alafu hata hiyo process peke yake inafanya unakuwa na discipline fulani, like sina pesa. You can now answer someone and say, hey, I don't have money. Yeah. But if you don't have that discipline of saving, creating cash flow, and using your money, and also don't be this person who make money, but you don't use it. What I mean use it is pay your bills once in a while, enjoy yourself, make yourself look good, make sure you have invested, Yeah. Yeah. So business is you. When you keep yourself busy, you are in business. If I decide to pick up my extra shift every day. Leo, are you in class? With cartoon? Okay.
Nasikia
So,
back cartoon.
nasikia cartoon background na ako class. So, so that's how I can say I am a person who have tested career and at the same time I've tested business.
Yeah.
It depends with how you can balance them. But business can, if you carry business very well and you invest in relationship, business needs relationship. Really need relationship, how you relate with people, how you invest in people, because these people are the same people who will bring customers to you. David, I can't recommend someone to you if I wasn't happy with you. That's how business works. So when you invest in relationship, you are investing into a big empire. But sometimes career, you don't need to invest in, it's just mimi ni nurse tu, mimi ni nurse, hata nisipojua mtu bora wanipewa wagonjwa wangu, I can do, for example. But still, we still need teamwork. We still need all those things,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, unless there is a question.
Wow. So before just anybody ask a question, for me, I just want to appreciate you because that aspect of investment, you've really helped me. Because I actually knew I'm supposed to be putting something aside, doing some that, just the way you shared it, and we are a corporation. Each and everybody is a corporation. Even God is in the business of bringing people to Him. So, so we are the business of God actually, and I really appreciate that. I know this was not preempted. You just bumped in. We were supposed to do a class, and then I ambushed you. So
Yeah, it's
thank you
okay.
so much. I really appreciate that. So maybe
Yeah.
I'll give a chance to Alice to say something, then Francis can chime on.
Well, I have lost. I got into a meeting which has taken a bit long.
Yeah.
Somebody was doing something for me at the door. In fact, is not even finished. I would have really wished to listen to the whole story about Anne. And I wonder where people get the ideas that everybody doesn't get.
I know.
My name is Alice, and I would want to say that I'm extremely, I don't even know which word to use. You are such a motivator, not just a motivator, but I think you have a very good energy. And
Wow.
I was not able to listen to your story from the word go. I was able to listen from the point whereby you are selling bags, and this person who challenged you to start your
Yes.
church.
Oh, she missed a lot. Okay.
So I hope we will catch up behind the tent about the other story.
Yes, I'm ready to see that.
Yeah, but I really appreciate. I think that's a very good. It's a very good sharing, especially for the young men who are here. I hope they have learned one or two things. Personally, I feel challenged because many times we get scared of going out of our way to do something to make an extra coin, just because one, we are afraid of what the other people will say. Two,
Mm.
we don't even want to try. We just assume, we nikishikwa na hizi vitu kazini, si nitaulizwa ninapeleka wapi? But we haven't started yet. So that fear is what drives us away from achieving our dreams.
Sure.
And I would just want to say that thank you very much. I hope the young men have gotten motivated. Personally, I
Hope so.
feel challenged.
Yeah.
And I think that's a very good way of trying to motivate the young people. Because many people in Nairobi think that there's nothing they can do. But there are so many opportunities. But probably sometimes what is a problem is how do I start? Where to start from? But when
Where to
someone
start
hears
from.
about such a testimony, I think it triggers something in their minds. And you never know, they might start thinking about doing something tomorrow.
Yeah.
So personally, I would want to appreciate your efforts of sharing.
Thank you.
Personally, I feel challenged.
Amazing. I think Alice, we are losing your voice. Oh, see, I think she was done.
Sorry, I'm saying that I feel challenged and I think it's a good testimony. I hope it helps anybody who has listened. There are men who have listened.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Your mouthpiece is going.
Like it's my network.
We can hear you from very far.
Now?
Yeah, clear.
Okay, I think it's my network. So I'm saying that it's a good testimony. I think it's a way of helping even the young people to be able to appreciate the fact that even when they see people driving very big cars, those cars do not just come, or they don't just come, you press a button and they come. Some people have started from very far. And whatever they are right now, they can give you a story.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, most people who have made it in life, they never talk about the stories of where they started from. Today, I was looking at a script I saw about Medhu. This Medhu who was pushing the guy who was vying for MP in Olkalau. And I didn't know he has come from a very humble background. But many a times, people never share about their stories. We only get to see them up there. But if we get to listen to their stories, we get to understand that they have not just found themselves high up there. They have worked for it.
Right.
And probably that is what the young generation, especially the Gen Zs, needs to hear. They need to hear that a little more, so that they don't just expect that when you go and do a degree, you can rise up there. You don't just rise up there. You also have to do some ignition of some kind to be able to push yourself through.
Yes.
Yeah, others, thank you so much for that sharing. Are you in Kenya or you're in the US?
I'm in US.
Oh, okay. Anyway, we will catch up behind the tent. I'm also in the US, but I'm new here.
Okay. Welcome.
Okay. Thank you. We'll catch up maybe behind the tent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, amazing. Thank you, Alice. Mr. Francis, I know it's late for you. Najua you're just sacrificing to be here yourself. And
No. Today I'm not sacrificing. No. In fact, I don't even feel I don't feel sleepy. I'm really touched and encouraged by your story.
Thank you. Yeah.
Because in your story, I could see the divine connection.
Yeah.
Because from that tender age, you are really focused. I don't know. Sometimes I've been trying to evaluate how comes that some people they realize themselves when they are very young, and some they just come to realize themselves when they are old. And I couldn't tell the difference because what was pushing you to be this stubborn to a point of you want what you want, and what you want is what you want. And like in my case, I have lived to be the good boy. When you tell me don't do this, I will do it. Even if I will have to suppress me to please you, I will do it. But you see, in your case, that has not been the same. So, because what you want is what you want. And I have realized that trend because I have listened to other people's story who have succeeded. These are people when they say they lock in their mind, I want this. they will turn every other. It is either they make a way, they find a way, or they make a way. So I have seen your journey, how it has gone because of that inner drive. And then God could put people in your place or along your way, people who will come and help you. Because I have reason to your story that throughout your education, you have not paid the money.
Not even a single shilling. Even here in America, I reached here and I did another degree here and master's here, but I didn't pay anything. Out of that $3,000 that I was supposed to pay them, they told me pay us only 3,000. I don't know who paid 30,000.
That is very powerful because that one is really proving to me that right now I'm in that season where I've been trying to ask myself, as Alicia was saying, how do people make it? Because I'm trying to figure it out. How? Because I'm trying to push myself. Things are not adding up. Things are not clicking. And in your story, I can feel or I can see that there is sort of a hand behind the scene hand that is working. And this is not something that one can take away from you because this is not something that you cannot see. Somebody can see. It's like it's favor, it's grace that you are carrying along because you're very educated, but all throughout your journey, you have not paid any man. So you see, your story is very much unique, very unique. And actually, nimekuwa na maswali nikijiuliza, what brings this different in people, even when they are very young, that this one is very much aggressive, this one is, they're just there, they're moving, and this one seems that whatever they touch, because I have heard you saying even how you moved to Nairobi, you don't know anybody, but you're still moving. It's like you are able to push beyond your terror barrier.
Yeah.
Well, some of us, as Alicia was saying, we are being held by this fear. But as per you, you are pushing, you are not afraid to venture into new things that you were not there previously. I really like that. Indeed, I felt like you were talking to me. And I have been really blessed. If God was passing you through that whole journey to inspire such people like me, I'm honored to say thank you, God, for blessing you and making you who you are today for such people like us. That journey has really, and also this part where you did the business and how you related with these people and the environment where you are, and how these nurses, they could not get this opportunity to get whatever they want, and you come here, somebody is telling you an idea that you did not have, and now you are doing it, and just to fulfill that desire that you had of doing economics. This dream that you had as a little girl, where you saw this nurse, this sister who had a lot of daughters, and now you are actualizing in one way or the other. This dream is being actualized because now you are holding a lot of money, which is away from your career, and it is coming. And this dream now is being actualized because now you are holding a lot of cash as we are longing. So I have seen God in your story, and I choose to believe more in God. And surely indeed things happen. And
Amen.
I love
And
that.
and remember, I am in the richest state in America, not just any state.
Indeed.
Yeah. And despite all
powerful.
those barriers, I was able to buy my first house by first 4 months. I was already on the realtor asking for the house.
Ooh.
By 6 months, I was already having I think I'm among the first Kenyans who has ever bought a house in less than half a year. I'm this person, when I start the war, I have to finish the war.
I love, I don't know how I can tap that one, because that is what I'm lacking right now where I am. That thing that if I start this, I have to finish it, and I have to finish it, not only just to finish it, but to come out with the result. It's like I'm going to fish and I must come back home with something.
I
I love that
realize
mentality.
is the first step here, Mr. Francis, is mindset.
Mhm.
Mindset. How did I empower myself when I was given an idea of business? The
Mhm.
first thing is I passed through the bookshop and I bought a book of mindset, and it's written by Trump, Kiyosaki and Trump.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Mm.
And
School.
I promised myself, like, in a month, I was going to read around 20 books on business, because I had set limit of me achieving in this business that I'm supposed to start. I don't know how to start, but I will start. And I'm a good follower of Trump and Kiyosaki and all those things. I read all the books around the business. I invested a lot in books, a lot in books, and I'm telling you, it really propelled my mind. I'm this person who look at you and I see what you have, and I use what you have, you know. I
Okay.
look at you and I realize this person is very good in mathematics, and I'll create a problem of mathematics and you'll solve it and I'll make money. Simple.
That's
That's how
powerful.
business works. Yeah, that's how business works. Business doesn't need energy, just it needs smartness. It just wants you to be smart.
Mhm.
But business doesn't need you to be lazy. You have to be busy to call it business. And you have to learn before you earn. Because if you don't have knowledge on what you want to achieve, you will never achieve. Business
Okay.
will make you to go into law, and before you run this business, what are the policy? What are the law that govern this thing before you start, so that you don't find yourself into lawsuit? You go beyond your career, you go beyond what people might imagine. You don't just do things blindly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The other day we were just share my husband is a good person because he likes listening to my ideas and he'll always support it. Honestly, I've never heard him saying no. I don't know if he knows how to say no. I like because he supports the idea. I was telling him, like, I've seen an opportunity, and he was like, okay, what's the opportunity? The state that I'm in it's an independent state. You know, these rich people, you don't just walk in and out in their state. They regulate a lot of people who can work here and who cannot work here, and you have to have this certain of qualifications, all those things. So it's very hard for any person to. So, um, I was telling him, like, I've realized I have so many nurses who comes in as travelers, but they don't have where to stay. They even call me and text me, like, can I spend in your house, even in one room, and I pay you 1,000 in a month or in a week, you know? And I saw, like, no, this is my private property. It's not for all those things. I don't want to involve all those things. But what if I buy a second house, and when I buy this second house, I'll be renting it out as for the rooms. And he was like, hey, how is it possible? Like, okay, what if we buy another house for 4 rooms? For example, here mortgage, I'll pay 2,000 mortgage. And then I'm renting out, every room is 4,000. It's 1,000 per month. Every room is 1,000 per month. So if I have 4 rooms, then I have 4,000 per month. These people are giving me 4,000 per month. So the house itself will pay the mortgage. I will not take the money from my pocket, and I'll still remain with profit. You get it?
Yes.
So when you are a business person, once a business person, always a business person, opportunity will present themselves, as long as your mindset is. You have to make sure you set your mindset before you start any career, any business, or anything. What do you want? You change your mindset, and once you change it and say, yes, I can. You can see the slogan of Obama. It was simple. Yes, we can. Yes. Hiyo
And he
ndio
did it.
ilikuwa moto yake. He just said, yes, we can. And yes, you can see, yes, he did,
Yeah.
Mindset. If you tell yourself, yes, you can, there's nothing that is hard. There's nothing that is hard. Let me tell you, before things happen in physical, I'm also a good preacher. Before things happen in physical, they happen in spiritually. They are ordained spiritually. So for you to make these things to manifest, you have to align the spirit with the with the with the physical.
Yeah.
Yes. How do you align the spirit and the physical? By asking. The Bible says, ask me for anything, and truly I'll give it to you. Remember when Daniel was praying, when he was praying to God, the angel was coming to save him, but he couldn't reach on time. But the Bible says that God answered Daniel and said, I answered your prayers even before you prayed. But Daniel was waiting for the angel to come and answer in physical. So your prayers can be delayed because there is war somewhere. Because the angel of God was fighting with the angel of Satan somewhere. So it delayed the answer. Daniel was waiting the physical answer, but God contradicted him and said, I had already answered your prayers even before you prayed. So how does God answer our prayer? Once you change your mindset and tell God, this is what I want, He has already answered it. It is you to align.
Amen.
It's you to align. How do you align? By doing what you are doing the coding, doing the trading, and doing, because God really wants you to achieve on that line, and you can't achieve without you aligning yourself with the Spirit. He has already answered what you want, but you have to position yourself. Whether in the world of the spirit of darkness or the spirit of God, both of them, God and Satan, don't want to use someone who is useless.
Exactly.
Both of them, God and Satan, want someone who is fruitful, who has made up their mind and they know what they want. Mindset. Your mindset is clear. Why am I saying this? Look at Saul, who was killing people. He was very educated. They say that he was in the highest rank during that time. Satan was very glad to use him because still he was the one who can give order on anything, and if he say execute, they will execute. We never knew God was also eyeing him because God also was admiring that knowledge that he has aligned himself with. And that's how God decided to attack him and made him to change his mind. There is no one in the Bible who has written so many books like Paul, Apostle Paul.
Yeah.
God knew if nikishika tu huyu jamaa, I have succeeded. Nikimfaulu tu kupata huyu mtu, I'm done, because he was the only person who could send letters anywhere without any question. So you can imagine how God also wanted someone who is smart. So as much as we are praying for something, I remember in my story I've told you how I aligned myself. I couldn't leave any opportunity of books to leave me. I really aligned myself. So when it was time for God to execute what he was really for, it was easy for him to make it happen. I can stand and defend myself, and I can give a good speech, and I can convince you to buy something and you will buy because I have knowledge on that. You understand? So
Yes.
you can't just sit there and say, oh, no, you have to convince the spirit that now I am ready to receive the blessings.
Wow.
And that's why I'm so happy when we are sitting here. I don't mind if it was what we were supposed to do today. I don't care. What I care is I've touched someone and I'm going to change someone, and I'm very sure it's going to help. Whether it's my professor David, align yourself, not just like the way you think. Align yourself even more. Attend more classes. You can't pour from an empty jug,
Yeah.
Yes. Go and do what you think you want to be in life. Do it now, because when the time is right, God has already answered. He will just He will just let it happen. Yeah. I don't know if I've encouraged you, Francis, on that, but that is it.
You've
Align
really done
yourself,
it.
mindset, read a book, go into business books and read. There are so many good business books. There is a big book called Think and Grow Rich. Think
Yeah,
and
but
Grow Rich is a very
mm,
nice book. And then there is another book. There are so many good books that really changes your mind. Eh? Trade, they say business in Metapoly or Metapoliana. There's another name that's very hard for me. And then there is a book, Kawasaki and Trump. Books that have combination of those two guys. It's very powerful. Very, very
Okay.
powerful. They are good buddies when there is any book that they have attached together. You really don't need to buy a physical book because it can be very expensive. Just go to YouTube and type, for example, I can say Kawasaki book, audiobook on this. You just listen. The bundles that you could watch TikTok, you can listen on something that can really empower me. What you feed your mind is what you comes out of your mind. Yeah. If you will feed your mind with pornography, that's what you think. If you feed your mind with business idea, that's what you think. If you feed your mind with the trading charts, that's what you think. Yeah. And God will not come in and change you physically like, hey, what are you doing? God is not a human being. God is a silent person. God
yeah,
punishes you slowly, slowly, you know? Yeah. And that's why I really like this community. I'm not from that community, David, forgive me, but I really love Kikuyu's spirit.
yeah,
You can give a Kikuyu 5 shillings, but I'm telling you that 5 shillings can buy a plot. Give them
absolutely.
5 years, it can buy a plot. Mindset.
Mm.
Mindset. Give the same 5 shilling to a Luya. I'm a Luya and I'm not ashamed to say so. Even by evening, you can't find it. They are not even aware what happened. They eat together with the seed.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah. So
amazing.
I really want to empower you. Once you are in Kenya, there is what is this? What is this? Mm, ICT is coming in Africa, the biggest ICT.
Yeah, I have.
Yes.
Mm.
Make sure you buy shares from those companies. Even if it's a 200 shillings share, by 5 years, that share will have grown very much.
Very
Oil
true.
is coming in Kenya. Make sure you buy share in that company. In 10 years to come, you'll be a co-owner of that company. You should have shares in that company. And I'm really learning a lot, and I'm not this person who do baby showers, who do birthdays, who do those things. I am a person who I think I just feel like I'm just radical. I'm just radical with life. It's not that I don't like enjoying my life, but every my birthday, if I'm supposed to celebrate birthday, in fact, I don't. I really don't make it so big, call people, shout around or whatever. No, I put an investment in my any shares that I have, any stock I have, or any money market that I have. Because this year is a reminder that I'm not sure of next year if I'll be able to walk. Will I eat? And if I'll eat, for how many days?
Mhm. Wow.
Yes. So every birthday should be a reminder to you, like tomorrow I'm getting old. Do I have something that will hold me without being a bother to some people? Put your money in money market. Put your money into shares. Kenya has so many shares you can buy that I never got a chance to invest in. I only had some few money in money market. I think I had, when I started reading books and listening to YouTubes, I started money market. And I started with 20,000, and by the end of the year it was already 81,000. It had grown to 81,000.
Wow, which money market was
Yes,
that?
yeah, that was Sanlam. Hmm?
Sanlam is a good investment. Yeah, insurance
Yeah,
company. Mm.
it was Sanlam. And if I had just decided to put that money in M-Pesa couldn't even generate
You
anything.
you
You
you're
understand?
saying you had invested 20,000 and at the end of the year you had?
I started with 20,000, but every time I could make a profit on something. Remember, I said I have to put something in it. 50 shillings, 1,500, without knowing. Yeah. It was an habit that at the end of the week, I sit down, I calculate how much I've made. I remove the stock money, profit, bills, and then I put into money market. I invest into money market. In fact, it was within 6 months. In fact, it was within 6 months and it was 81,000. Yeah.
That's good.
So the more money you keep in, you put in is more, it is how fast it grows. Yeah. So learn to invest that little that you have. Little. I'm not this woman of chama ya wamama ati sijui merry-go-round. I'm not a merry-go-round person. Why? Merry-go-round doesn't grow. Why should I give you my money to keep it for me? Then when it's time for you to give it back to me, we start quarreling. There's no need. Let me put my money into shares or bonds or into money market, where I can pull it out anytime that I want through my M-Pesa and add money anytime that I want. It's easy to liquidify my money and to add and to do all those things. No one will know how much I have. I don't have to borrow anyone. I don't have to quarrel with anyone. When you isolate yourself and associate yourself with the right people, you grow. But if you associate yourself with people who doesn't think or who doesn't want growth, then you cannot go anywhere. They will be pulling you behind. It doesn't harm for you to dissociate yourself for growth. It doesn't harm. Then you have to learn, you have to start from asset before you go to liability. When I say asset are things that their value can grow. Ndio mnaweza sema mtoto ni asset, bibi ni liability. Sijui kama mnajua mtoto ni asset, bibi ama bwana ni liability. Juu bibi na bwana wanazeeka, but mtoto ana grow into something good. Yeah, huyu bibi kwa mfano, huyu bibi ulimuoa akiwa na shape mzuri, akishazaa anaanza kudepreciate. Yeah, that's an example of a bad example of a liability, but that is how it is. Yeah. So when you are young like that, put your things into assets. If you want to buy something, buy shares, buy bonds, buy. Hizi nyumba za Ruto unajua mnazionea kwa viusasa. Mtaki kuja kuniuliza. Hizi nyumba zitakuja kukua gold na mtakaa mkisema Ana alikuwa anatusisitiza akiwa Amerika.
Very true.
Yes. Let's not be political. Let's just look at it as a business. What if today, David, you make some money, like even 10,000, you go and register on Boma Yangu. I don't want you to go and do that. I'm just giving an example. On Boma Yangu, then you pay that 5% that they want, then they allocate you the house. And the rent that you are supposed to pay the landlord right now, you start paying towards your house. The house appreciates.
Exactly, yeah.
That money will be going towards your house. So anytime you feel like now I don't want to continue, you can sell that house and get your money back with profit without any problem. That is an asset. But when you continue paying your money to the landlord, anytime you want to move out, you will not even receive even 1 shilling. In fact, they'll ask you for more money for repairs that happen in your house. Yeah. So this is the time someone can, even that bedsitter that we're looking at, bedsitter in Nairobi right now, I can't do this. Wait until when this program is over, is when you will say, Anne told us one day. The generation in Nairobi is never going down. The population will never go down. And this is a project that will come once and forever. We don't know, another 100 years, you'll never see the project like Boma Yangu again. And the population will continue growing and growing, and they will continue to look for the houses. What is happening right now? The same landlords that are renting new houses are the one buying the Boma Yangus. Then they will rent it to you when it is done.
Yeah.
I want you young boys to be very smart. if you can. I can't access it because I'm already in America, and something happened to my documents, like my original phone number was hacked. I can't know, but of course my husband did something. My brother told them to do something. Even if I don't want to live in that house, I'll rent. Tomorrow I go back I live in my village house, and I rent that too. I used to live in Nairobi. What is the rent of two bedroom? It's not less than 20,000.
Yeah.
It's not less than 20,000. How much do you pay boma yangu for two bedroom? You pay, is it 12,000? You make a profit of 8,000 every month.
Yeah, it's 12,000. Deposit is
Yes.
almost 15. Yeah.
Yes.
I've seen it.
12,000 for boma yangu. So if boma yangu is paying, you have to pay them 12,000 for two bedroom. What if you acquire that house and you decide to not live in it and bring in someone else after Ruto has left the power? You bring in someone else who will be paying you 30,000 per month or 25,000 per month and make profit. Unakula penye hukupanda. That's how business is. You use other people's brain. Make money. You make money. Yeah. If only I could get that chance, I could even buy the entire whatever that Ruto is supplying. Yeah. Because real estate is another business that people have not ventured into, and it is very, very, it's on very high demand. Very high demand. Not only in Kenya, even here in America, to get a house, it's not easy. And here they make it even more worse. You rent a house for 1 year. And if it happens that you have signed a contract of 1 year and it happens that you want to leave that house before 1 year, you pay them still. You will continue paying that house until that contract is over. So you will pay twice.
Wow.
Yes. So that means how real estate has power. People might tell you, oh, sisi tuko na manyumba kwetu, sisi tuko na manyumba ushaga. Wewe usiangalie hiyo nyumba, angalia wewe biashara, wewe focus on business. Hii route ya business. Usiweke left turn, hakuna ku overtake. Kila mtu maintain lane yake hivi. Kila mtu ana maintain lane yake. Tukutane kwa biashara, tukutane kwa profit tosha. You will just be sitting at home. Hiyo nyumba yenyewe inajilipa, hiyo nyumba ya Ruto yenyewe itakuwa inajilipa hiyo pesa ya every month na unapata profit every month. So it's just like you are just reaping where you didn't sow.
Exactly.
Easy money. Easy money. Yeah. So start investing your brain into mindset. Look for the books that talks about mindset so much, like read 3 or 4 books, and then now identify one of your favorite area that you want to go into. There are so many books that even about people who have talked about coding. I started reading about the book of Trading in the Zone. It's a nice book, Any area you are venturing into, make sure before you place your money on like physical money, you know what you are dealing with. Learn from people who have done it. Yeah, and who are talking about it and how they solved it and how you will do it differently if it was you. That's how it happens. Like in America here, there is a lot of jobs. Everyone is creating business. Everyone is creating business, but watenda kazi ni wachache. Because everyone thinks business, but in Kenya, everyone thinks employment. That's the different mindset we have. Kila mtu anataka kuandikwa, nani atatengeneza kazi?
Wakulaji ni wengi kushinda wavunaji. Kushinda wapalaji.
America is a place where you can say I'm looking for a job. It becomes a celebration. They will welcome, have a seat. They will talk to you very nicely. Yani mtu kujileta atafuta kazi, tumekuwa tukitafuta wafanyikazi. Hata huna knowledge, hata huna kitu yote, wanasema usijali, tutakufunza. Tutakufunza, don't worry. Thanks for coming. Contrary to our country. Contrary, because everyone is creating job. Everyone is creating job. So I wish it will reach a point whereby Kenya will reach that point where people are thinking of creating a job rather than looking for the job. David decided to create his own job. this is a very good job that he created. If he didn't, we couldn't be here.
Sure.
Yeah. I want you to be very smart. Combine this trading and your coding. You can be having a coding class, and at the same time you can be having, that is a very nice combination. Very nice combination. But you have to invest in yourself. That's another thing. Invest in yourself and be very smart. Utaki mtu anakuja na kuchallenge hapo unakaa nge.
Yeah.
Keep yourself busy to make it business.
Wow. This was for
Amazing.
me.
Today, this has been, I don't know, I'm just speechless. I really appreciate you, Anne.
And where is my Mr. Rain?
Oh, Mr.
Yes?
Rain aliniambia wako na blackout Nairobi. So, kwa nyumba kuna
Amemiss
blackout.
lecture. Amemiss lecture ya Mama County.
Yeah, but alikuwa amekuwa hapa, so I think amekuwa hapa akashindwa, so akaniambia wacha aone kama he was asking me if I was recording it. So but I know you'll be able to see it. So I really
Yeah.
appreciate this. Anne, you're always a jam. Like ever since I met you, like your journey. You know, I've always been me nimekuwa ule mtu I tuned into a lot of mentorship. Listen to a lot of mentorship. I listen to a lot of people, but you see, these people are not like when you're talking about real estate. I was into a mentorship with Grant Cardone. He's a big guy in the US about real estate. I'm always listening to Grant Cardone. Seeing him explaining about these, doing these, purchasing this kind of an asset, this and this and this, doing this. But you see, this guy is a big guy already.
Yes.
But now hearing it from somebody like you changes everything.
Yeah, it does.
Because you're hearing for somebody who has gone through that path, has been able to tune into certain things and has really achieved it. And I really appreciate you for doing that. I think that you are just born a leader the way ulikuwa na that fine-tuning your mindset. Because I was actually astonished the first time I was able to talk to you. Then, karibu nikuulize, are you part of the club yenye niko? Because why are you talking the things I've been learning, the things I've been hearing about? Why are you talking like Holton Bugs? Why are you talking about mindset? Why are you talking about, you know?
Yeah.
Then you started mentioning certain books and I was like, oh no, now I understand. So we can all come from different things. You can, unaweza kuwa umesoma a different book, mimi nimesoma a different book, but when you're coming,
one language.
The information is the same. And that is one thing that really stood out for me because by me studying a lot of these billionaires, I was able to study Kevin Trudeau, I studied Trump, I studied Holton Bugs. Holton Bugs is there. I started with Holton Bugs because Holton Bugs started, and then I heard the story that the business that they were doing together with Trump in 2003. So I went to study Trump. Then I came to the Bob Proctor, Jim Rohn, Tony Robbins. Then what really stood out for me is I was getting information from all these individuals. Alafu nakuja kurealize they're all saying the same thing. They're all telling you about mindset. They're all telling you the power of networking, of the power of the people who are your 5 best friends. Who are you listening to?
Exactly.
What is your chief aim? What is like, do you have a goal? Do you have it written down? Do you have this and this? So I said it is not by default that all these guys are actually where they are right now. And lately I've been tuning into Danny Fleischman. I think he's the first youngest multimillionaire, a 17-year-old boy who was able to bring a company to be traded publicly.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah, and I actually have it. So the first amazing thing that I actually see it, kumbe nilikuwa nimeuploadingi mpaka nini yake hiyo video yake kwa hub. To those who are in the hub, ukienda kwa leadership section, the first thing is called millionaire mindset. You're going to see the real millionaire mindset. You're going to see that episode that they have done with Kevin Trudeau. This guy explains how he was able to tune, how he's running his business, and everything.
So
it's not by default, and it is not by default like all these people end up becoming millionaires and they are actually where they are. It's because they've been doing things in a certain way.
Yeah,
they isolated themselves to the masses, and they decided to go to a path that nobody was willing to go. So I really appreciate you, Anne. It's always a jam listening to you. I know more of these will be coming in, and thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I'm always here. I'm always here to make noise. When it comes to talking, I love talking. Hey.
Yeah. So
I hope you'll connect me with Anne.
Oh, yes.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Sawa. To those who have been available today, thank you so much. So I think we'll have to reschedule this. I think we are having another lesson with you, Francis. Will you be able to tune in tomorrow?
Tomorrow, it's okay.
Okay, we can do tomorrow 10 p.m. So will 9 p.m. work for you?
Yes.
Because I wanted to take you guys through whatever you guys missed today. So we'll do it tomorrow. I think 10 p.m. will do. Let's just do 10 p.m. We'll do it a 1 hour quick.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think the part, or if tomorrow I will not make, I think let's do it tomorrow. Let me commit myself to do it, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll actually do it tomorrow. And then, my dear Anne.
Yes.
Yeah, so how do we do Thursday, or you have any other time we can connect?
Acha tuone Thursday.
Thursday? Aya, sawa. Even if I think in the course hapa kuna kitu I wanted to share with you guys that is coming in, so maybe I might be able to just, if I get a session hapa katikati, I can do just an in then record, then I'll forward it to everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be awesome as well. So thank you so much, Alicia na Hanis Collins. Thank you for joining in.
Thank you very much. I am not so sure. You know, Kenya right now is usiku kabisa. So I'm not sure whether Collins is still on.
Yeah, right now it's around what time? Hello? Mimi unajua mimi ni Nighthawk.
I'm still here.
Oh, you're still there? Oh, nice. If you're listening, I thought you slept.
No, not
it's 1:26 a.m. So it's still not very bad.
Nimeng'ang'ana. Leo nimeng'ang'ana.
That was good.
Nilikuwa boring.
No, you are not boring. You're not boring.
No.
If you are boring, someone would have slept.
Wow. So that is big. Actually, thank you so much. And yeah, these things comes with sacrifice. Collins.
Juan anasema anauliza kama alikuwa boring. You know, sometimes wanasema ukipika mchuzi wako huenda usisikie ukiwa mtamu.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
The taste of an apple
everybody
tree.
is on means that there was nothing like boring. If it was
There
boring,
was no.
you would not have heard from the people who are listening.
Yeah.
Let us sleep.
Maybe next time David need to organize and we talk about investment. Now we are learning how to make money. After we make this money, where are we going to invest?
Where are we putting it? Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Very true. Very true.
We will talk about it because I really want to see people. Alice, you are here. You need to know how to invest in stocks. You have to know how to when to enter, when to exit. You know, all those things.
That's why I need to talk to you behind the tent.
Yeah. So anytime we feel that as a David's group, we can talk on how to empower ourselves. We don't want to be gamblers. You know, once we have the skill and we have money and we don't know how to use, we'll not be a community that is an example to others, you know?
Yeah.
Sure.
Very true.
Yeah. I want to hear one day that, hey, I was on this platform and so talked about something and actually I invested in that thing and today it's a $1 million, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Amazing.
It's possible. It's only to know where to invest in what and how, and all those things. Yeah. You ask yourself all those what, why, where, all those WW things.
Oh, amazing.
Because unaweza amukia siku moja hiyo trade imekuendea vizuri, uko na $1,000, and then you get so excited, you go to Miami, you finish all the money, you come back again, and then the account blows. Now you are zero.
Very true. Very, very true. That has happened multiple and multiple times. And that is why you find a lot of young guys who are coming into trading. You see them booming for a little time, then they wanaenda wananyamaza kabisa. So it's because you are able to make like 20 million, 17 million within some few days, some few months. Then from nowhere you vanish. It's because that thing can take the same amount of money you've made can also go away.
Yeah.
Once
So we
that
really need to know where to invest, how,
Exactly.
why, how much, and
Yes.
when to exit.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I really appreciate, you can see all this started as a thought. That's why we're saying you always create this thing in the spiritual world first before you do it in the physical world. It always starts just as a thought. Actually, my biggest goal in doing this was to empower the boys. That is, I wanted to do the Boys to Billions Club. Just something that I saw the kind of mentorship I was part of, and I said I'm going to replicate the same and try to bring to Africa. And then from Africa, it was like, no, I'm just going to do it globally because I'm having people in the UK, blah, blah, blah. So let's just do this globally. And you can see now we're forming that family and you're growing. And that is always the goal. We want to grow together, always want to push ourselves together and to have that consistency within us. So thank you so much. I appreciate you all. Let's keep on growing one step at a time. And niambie good night kwa wale tunaenda kulala, kwa wale tunaenda kutrade.
Okay, good night everyone.
Good night. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Amen.
Collins.
Okay.
Bado karanga yangu imefika wapi na hicho bingachi?
Bado ilikuwa ameenda kunini?
Utanirushia namba ya Ann. I don't know whether she's still busy.
Okay, Alice.
Alice, thank you so much, David.
Awesome. Appreciate you.
Much appreciated.
Bam.